Boom, boom, this is Kendra, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little Bleach Immortal Souls up today. The event, Halloween event dropped last night, so get in there and knock that out. 7-day event to go up against V2 Iroquois here. Okay, you fight him, you get the pumpkins right here. Come on over to those pumpkins and go to the limit time exchange, and you got some goodies in here. So we've got some shards for UR characters. As you know, Ichigo could be made UR through his relic event, so you can get him up to UR. Jin's SSR, but they chose to use him. They usually throw an SSR in most of the events. Some soul orbs. This right here is used to enhance your war souls. So if you're looking to do that, and I am looking to do that a little bit, I've got a couple war soul crits that I still have not managed to match up with the character that they're on to get that extra buff. And then they've got some Zanbaku. So, you know, Kenpachi's a good one. Zangetsu for Zangetsu. Benihime is for Yorihara, and then Ichigo Zanpaku. Interesting enough, they got Kenpachi Sakuto, but they don't have any shards in it, mainly speaking because you get those inside the shop. And here is what I am looking for: War Soul of Wrath. This is probably the best War Soul in the game. Increases Soul Bearer's attack by 450, crit chance by 4.5, and damage rate by 4.95. That's why you don't see this very often. I have one of these, and it's purple. I do not have a gold one. And it's definitely something that I would definitely be looking to attain. So I'm going to try to get 260. If I can get 260, I'll go ahead and snatch this up. You're going to need 260. It's running 7 days, so you're going to need, what, 737, 838 maybe a day. Should enable you to get to 260 and snatch that puppy up. If not, you can go for the Omni Shards. You should be able to get about 15, 20 of those of the 5 that they offer. So now you got some assistance if you're going to come up a little bit short, which I probably will if I want to go for that War Soul. But you do have assistance from the event tab. If you go to the sign in, you can get you get 10 on 1 day, another 10 on 4 days, and another 10 on 7 days. So make sure you sign in all 7 days, and you can get 30 extra, which will go a long way towards getting that down to 260 down to 230. So how much you'd have to get. So that would greatly increase your chances. Also, there's going to be another in the recharge. If you go to limited time packs, you can of course snatch up more than enough to make up for that, and pretty much 10 times if you wanted to spend $1,000, you could pretty much purchase just about everything inside of the actual event. But that's for your whales. Yeah, so they do have some assistance here if you come up a little bit short and you don't mind spending some cha-ching on that. So the event's up. Nothing much really changed. I've been just working on my team. I've got everybody up to, in my main team, up to 4 stars. I'm just working on the equipment now. Once I finish with the equipment, on getting everybody 4-star, I'll just focus on start doing 5 stars. You can do that. You don't need to go into 21. It can all be done from within 20. So as long as you've completed 20, you should have absolutely no problem getting everybody up to 5 stars. It just takes time. You can only get, like, I'm only getting 262 stamina a day. I log in once in the morning and once in the evening just to clear out my stamina and make sure I'm not wasting any. And just log in the morning and do my stuff. It only takes like an hour and a half, maybe max, because I like to run some elite stages and stuff like that as well too. And I always clear out the Cemetery Challenge and all that. Make sure you do your battle arenas. Do your base 5. You don't have to win. Battle arenas, the arena's a little bit of a weird setup. I'll beat characters 4,000 more power than me. I'll sometimes lose to ones that are 20 or 30 less than me. So I really don't know exactly what's up with that. But you do it. It doesn't matter if you win or lose on the 5, because you still get your reward. So you want to make sure you do that because you get 5 free a day. Right here, you automatically get the metallurgy crystals and relic sources. Magic. If you do it 10 times, you can get a actual Omni Shard, but you basically just go in for the relic source right here, okay? Because you can use those for the soul haul. If you do manage to get 3 or 4 uh, of the arena tickets, then it's go ahead and prudent to go ahead and spend and buy one. So you'll have enough to get 10 and enough to grab the Omni Shard. Don't do it unless you've got extra ones, okay? Because purchasing 5 battle arena tickets with Soul Jade each day would be not cost effective. You'd be wasting just to get one Omni Shard. You can get Omni Shards in other events that are a lot more cost effective. So definitely want to take care of that. Also, I've been thinking about possibly adding into my, as you have the limit of the lineups in the formation, you have the setups in elite mode and battle arena where you can add 3 extras. Basically, these are just rage slots. They call it guard stance, but basically what it is they're not technically in your team; they're just raging. So I was possibly thinking about throwing a healer into the second slot there to get a heal. Unfortunately, they have not come out with any UR healers. I was hoping that it would actually come out with the UR that had some healing. The main reason I was going to focus on that is because I like Uraku. The reason I chose Uraku to be in the team is because I was really close to getting his Mbaktu. I only need like 6 or 7 shards, but they refused to give me the shards. And none of the events that have come up have had his Mbaktu as the option. Usually there's an option to purchase shards for stuff, but they just did not give me his weapon, so I have not been able to. But he doesn't do much damage. I mainly had him in there for a tank because that's what he is. If you look on his listing here, that's what he is. He's a tank. Well, the fact of the matter is, he's no longer tanking for me right now. For Ichigo Full Hollow's tanking for me. This guy's steal is ridiculous. The life steal he's thrown out is ridiculous. He survives. He can tank the squad boss. I mean, the squad, you get 10 shots. He's still alive, and it just ends because you're only allowed 10 shots. But yeah, Yaku. But his life steal is just ridiculous. So he's doing all the tanking I need for me. So it allowed me to free up this slot with some experimentation in terms of what I needed. Kabamaru, the same thing, good health, but he does a little bit more damage, but never really got into the actual that. Okay, so him and Uraku were the same. I went with Uraku similar because I wanted to get his weapon. If I can get his weapon, it'd make him a lot more of a threat. But so that left up a tortoise slot, and I was looking around. There's a UR. They've got you've got V2 or of course a tortoise. So he was a thought, but I might just end up, at least for the third slot, just putting Part in there simply because of the heal. Unfortunately, they're being stingy on her shards. If you wanted to put her in your team, you're at least going to need the 4-star compassion, which is what makes her useful. Her rage is pretty good though. The rage is actually a heal. So putting her in the second slot on the guard stance would be excellent because you'd go through, I'd come out with Byaku to bleed everybody. And then start doing my team would do whoever has the initiative would go first, of course. But if it was my team, everybody would hit, and then they would hit. Okay, and then she would come out on her rage, do Minazuki. Mizuki would start regeneration and additional amount equal to 7% of the healing target's total life. Okay, plus start regeneration on the rage. Okay, then we would go through the second. I would get hit with some of the rages from the other team, but because I have a regeneration going, that would help mitigate some of the damage. Okay, and possibly bring back up. So this would be a good thing to use. You can only use the guard stance on a couple of elite stances and in the arena. It wouldn't help you on story. To actually help you on story, you'd actually have to put her in a team, which would require me to take out Uraku and put her in his place. that would be a feasible option if I had her at 4 stars, because then I would have compassion active. Compassionate active would make her much more, because that she grants, so when she dies, which would be quite often actually, because she's only an SSR character, but you grants compassion to the back row. Compassion increases the damage rate and damage reduction rate of 2 rounds. Okay, so that would be good. But while she's alive, she gain rage 20% slower. The enemies do. The back row, all male enemies. So even if they're in the front row or the back row, as long as they're male, which, as you know, most of them are male actually, so they would be getting rage 20% slower. So she would be a good idea for any of the rage. I know there are rage reduction teams out there, which teams focus on preventing rage or making sure that it's 4 or 5 turns into before anybody actually rages. So she would be a good team for that with the compassion. But I need to get that fourth skill unlocked before I would even consider throwing her into team. At 3-star right now, she would just die way too fast. So I need to get her up to 4-star. But like I say, they're being really stingy with their shards. I only need 50, but they're just not throwing them up. I've been looking for them, keeping an eye out for them. There should be an event where they'll have them, and then when that comes, I'll be able to get another 50, and I'll be able to bring her in. That might be something to consider in some of those hard events. But I can still use her in the guard stance, because the guard stance takes no damage. They'll just use their rage skill at the beginning of your turn, and that's all they do. They're not fighting in the team in terms of taking damage, so they never die. So putting her back there would not be a problem at all. So I'll probably just work on getting her up. But I got a lot of stuff to do before that. Like I said, I got all up to 4. Once equipment's done, I got to bring them up to 5. You don't need to enter into 21 to do 5 stars. Okay, to get that 5th gold star, you don't you don't need to get your +5. You don't need to go into. You can do it from 20. Okay, all of these are farmable from within 20. Okay, so you could take them up to 5-star from within 20. I checked them all. There's none that requires you to go into the next story level. So you need to get 797 stars. So I need 20 more stars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get everybody up to 5. Run these elite stages. I'm having a little trouble with Yami, but then run all these to get to start getting all the stars, because you're going to need to complete quite a few of these to get in the elite mode to get the 797 that you're going to need to go into this 797. So I need 20 more. So yeah, I'm going to have to complete at least 7 of those to get into the next thing. So I think that's why they allowed you to jump into your 5th +5 right from there instead of going into 21, just to give you enough power to get through some of those elite stages, because some of those elite stages, they're hitting pretty hard, and it's gonna be difficult to get through them at a 4-star setup, at a +4 setup. So at a +5, you should be able to do it, and I think that's why they left you, allowing you to do +5 from within 20, story mode 20, as long as you've completed that. So I'll be focusing on that and getting everybody up. But yeah, that's a possibility to throw in on the elite stages. That would be a good thing for your heart, because she would not be dying, because she would be in the guard stance. But it's something to look at. So yeah, so still having fun playing the game, doing some things. But yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Definitely some. If you want to do your War Souls, you got the Soul Orbs, and of course this Wrath right here is an excellent choice. And they put it somewhere where it's reachable, which is nice as well too. And in other terms of that, there's other stuff in here. There'll be something for everybody. And then with your leftovers, you can snatch up some Soul Jade and some gold. So it's a pretty good event. Definitely it's called Mundo Battle Halloween event. All right. So thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and also remember to, once you subscribe, you'll see a bell. Click on that bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. So this is Kenrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.